What is going on, guys? JD from New York here, and this is WWE Off The Script, number 43, part number 2 for your Saturday morning, week ending December 14th, 2014. This coming Sunday is WWE's final pay-per-view of their calendar year, TLC, man. Tables, ladders, and chairs, and WWE, for some odd reason, is adding stairs into the name of that pay-per-view. Be that as it may, it sounds fucking terrible, but I will be reviewing that pay-per-view immediately following its conclusion on the WWE Network this Sunday right here on YouTube.com. If you guys want my analysis and thoughts and opinions on whatever happens Sunday after TLC, please join me right here on my channel. The review should be up around 12 midnight. Do not miss it. But thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching me this Saturday morning, wherever you may be. This is Off The Script, the #1 source for all WWE news and rumors, right here on YouTube.com. Not just news and rumors, man. WWE 2K15 content, which I got more coming up in the coming days, man. Do not miss it. If you missed any of my WWE 2K15 stuff, everything you need is down below in the description. If you missed yesterday's Off The Script, go check that out. Link is down below in the description. And as always, my favorite people in the wrestling community, Chairshot Reality at WrestleZone.com, LeBar, Eisenberg, Ghoulish, go check them out. Joe Cronin Show, go check them out. TRN, go check them out. If you guys want additional wrestling content besides what you see here on Off The Script, those are the guys to go and seek and watch, man. Everything you need down below in the description of this video. Without me wasting any more time, before I get into that, I almost forgot. NXT review of TakeOver, Our Evolution. If you missed my review of it, went up last night. Go check that. That is also down in the description below. Zayn versus Neville. Kevin Owens and his fucking vile attack on Sami Zayn. And everything that happened at TakeOver on the WWE Network, I talk about. 26-minute review. Go and check it out if you did watch it and you care what I have to say, man. All right, moving on. I got a lot of CM Punk UFC news to cover in part 2 of this Saturday's edition of Off The Script. Let's get into it. Former WWE superstar CM Punk has made waves on social media over the past couple of weeks with groundbreaking interviews and announcements. No shit. A recent appearance on Colt Cabana's Art of Wrestling podcast to explain why he departed World Wrestling Entertainment this past January was only the beginning. At UFC 181 on December 6th, Punk revealed that he had signed a multi-fight deal to compete with the Ultimate Fighting Championship in 2015. That news was apparently a hot topic of discussion at WWE live events over the past weekend, according to PWInsider.com. There's a reluctance amongst a majority of the talent backstage in WWE to acknowledge any CM Punk news, as they feel it will land them in hot water with company officials. No shit. Superstars are also talking about how Punk has managed to overshadow anything concerning WWE or professional wrestling with the attention he's received. In a public statement on WWE.com, the company actually wished Punk well on his journey in MMA. Like I've been saying, man, anything associated with CM Punk, whether it's a figure, a fucking comic book, an interview, just CM Punk in general, when the man speaks, people want to listen. Anything regarding CM Punk, being that he left WWE in a way not many have, and that he's been outspoken and his story is now out there, people are going to seek his attention. Okay? No wonder. This should come as no surprise that everything regarding CM Punk has overshadowed WWE. WWE has nothing going for them. They treated CM Punk miserably. They are getting what they deserve. Plain and simple. There's nothing more for me to go in depth about CM Punk leaving WWE. For the guys who are talking about it, you know, behind officials' backs, they don't want to get it out there in the public that they are talking about CM Punk, because anything regarding CM Punk will probably, definitely land them in hot water. This is why I think AJ Lee, which I reported on Off The Script yesterday, is probably leaving WWE, man. She's probably got a lot of heat on her, and it's coming down on her. Not as much as the other people, but, you know, she's a favorite of Vince McMahon. But obviously, she doesn't want to be there amongst all this hoopla with CM Punk joining UFC. So I think she's on her way out. This may be her last match at TLC against Nikki Bella for the Divas Championship. I report that as well in Off the Script yesterday in Part 1. Go check it in the description, right? Moving on with more CM Punk UFC news. Fox Sports has a story up on CM Punk's jump to UFC. The article notes that there may be some concerns from some of the world's top regulators about him jumping into the UFC octagon without any real MMA training. The story notes that top regulators from Nevada and New Jersey seemed concerned about his upcoming fight later in 2015. In order for Punk to fight in the UFC, he would need to get a license from a credible state such as Nevada or New Jersey. New Jersey's Athletic Commission head Larry Hazard says that a license for Punk to fight on a UFC show would raise a red flag. He added he would really have to look at this very closely. Hazard said that Punk's opponent could be a very important factor in whether they would sanction a fight with CM Punk. Nevada Athletic Commission Executive Director Bob Bennett essentially echoed the same sentiments. We are not going to put someone with no fight experience in the cage against a specialized MMA fighter. If he's had no prior fights, that's obviously something that would concern us. A UFC official told Fox Sports, we intend to match Phil with someone at an appropriate level. For those that want to make the Brock Lesnar comparisons, well, Brock Lesnar was a world-class amateur wrestler and had one MMA fight before UFC. Dana White has said in interviews this past week that they won't be throwing the kitchen sink at Punk, and he will likely face someone with a similar 0-0 record. Okay? Listen, Nevada and New Jersey, I understand their concern for someone who does not have experience in the octagon. CM Punk is a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and he is a trained fighter, okay? He was a professional wrestler. I think if he goes up, and I'm not comparing wrestling with UFC, please don't, twist my words around. I'm sure he knows how to fight, okay? Any man born into this sport, whether it be wrestling or UFC, whatever, he knows how to fight, okay? New Jersey and Nevada would be missing out if they do not sanction a CM Punk fight. Not only because of, the money that's going to be made for UFC, but it's going to generate profit for those states as well. Don't you see what WrestleMania has done for the states that it has appeared in? Okay, it creates revenue. Nevada and New Jersey are not going to turn down revenue because of CM Punk's lack of MMA skills or lack of MMA fighting in the octagon. It's completely fucking ridiculous. If Dana White is going to, pair him up with someone with a similar 0-0 record just to get his feet wet, I don't see the big deal. These states would be losing out on a hell of a lot of money if they don't sanction a CM Punk fight. I don't see this to be a big story. It's something that might resonate in the back of someone's mind, a UFC official, Dana White. But I think Dana White is going to have this under control. I don't think this is going to be a big story as it's made out to be. And I think CM Punk will go on to debut regularly when it's his time in UFC. So let me know what you guys think about that. Am I right in saying that Nevada and New Jersey would be missing out on CM Punk, that they would be losing a hell of a lot of money? And I think it's foolish of them to even consider not letting him fight. Let me know what you guys think down below. Moving on, more MMA news, man. Former WWE superstar CM Punk joining Ultimate Fighting Championship may be only the beginning, as Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer reports. There is said to be a great deal of interest from quite a few MMA companies in signing a deal with former World Heavyweight Champion Alberto Del Rio. Unlike Punk, Del Rio has dived into the MMA octagon before, accumulating a 14-9 record, 2 wins by KO and 7 by submission. A Tito Ortiz versus Stephan Bonner fight on Spike TV for Bellator last month did record numbers for the network, proving that MMA is driven by big names competing in big bouts. There's a feeling that Del Rio would be a nice addition to the MMA company, looking to add some star power to their undercard. His contract settlement, just like Punk's, avoided the stipulation of a no-compete clause. This means that Del Rio could go on to work anywhere he wants immediately. In a recent interview with Bill Apter, Del Rio revealed that he will be wrestling on television for 2 promotions in the United States. Okay? Now, moving on with more Del Rio news. Del Rio will be heading to Ring of Honor. In the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, they claim that Del Rio, now known as El Patron, will be appearing for the Ring of Honor promotion starting January 2015. Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter claims that Del Rio will be appearing for Ring of Honor, but is still expected to debut for Lucha Underground in 2015 as well. Ring of Honor will merely be a pit stop, but as an indie performer. Del Rio can work as many different shows in as many different areas as he may please. According to Meltzer, Bellator MMA even reached out to Del Rio after CM Punk, who has now signed a deal with UFC, turned down an offer to fight in their promotion. There has been no details revealed as of yet regarding the discussions that took place between Del Rio and Bellator MMA, but WrestlingRumors.net, okay, one of the dirt sheets, said that they will update this story as soon as any information regarding this interesting bit of news breaks, okay? So, WrestlingRumors.net, the Wrestling Observer newsletter, claiming Del Rio was reached out to by Bellator MMA, that he's going to be working Ring of Honor, and it will merely be a pit stop. Good for Del Rio. He's making his money, getting his name out there, and putting the WWE drama to the side. It's all forgotten now, okay? He's going to be making more money now than he was in WWE. He's probably going to be utilized a lot better than he was in WWE. I was down on Del Rio because of the way WWE Creative booked him. He was not interesting, okay? Maybe in a different light, in the Octagon, in Ring of Honor, under those small crowds, okay? Not saying that Bellator MMA has small crowds, but I'm talking about Ring of Honor. They might appreciate Del Rio a little bit more. Del Rio can go. Del Rio can fight. Del Rio can wrestle. No doubt in my mind. I know this for a fact. But in WWE, he soured. He was stale. And it was a waste of his talent. Okay? I'm glad to see other people trying to reach out to him to utilize his talent. I'm glad that he's out there getting his name out there, making his money, and doing what he wants, showing off his skills and his talent. Whereas in WWE, he couldn't do that. Okay, so good for Del Rio. Let me know what you guys think if you do watch Ring of Honor. How do you feel about Del Rio coming into Ring of Honor? And how do you think they will utilize him down there, merely being only a pit stop? Who would you like to see Del Rio paired up against? And would you like to see Del Rio in the Octagon? Let me know what you guys think down below. Former WWE superstar CM Punk joining the Ultimate Fighting Championship on a multi-fight deal is one of the big news stories coming out of UFC. Okay? On December 6th, Jason Frank, okay, with the CM Punk signing. Jason David Frank, if you guys don't know who he is, he played the Green Ranger on the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, okay, the former Green Ranger, an MMA fighter, all right? I've never seen him fight in MMA. I don't know how skilled he is. I don't know how good of a fighter he actually is. But he made the following comments about CM Punk and UFC and the contract signing or the announcement on December 6th at UFC 181 on his official Facebook account. I've tried for years. You can't just join UFC. You have to be invited and prove yourself as a fighter. I have a lot of great friends who are great fighters that still haven't gotten to UFC. I didn't know, with no fight experience, you can. Well, I was wrong. He's in the UFC, and that's that. Don't underestimate him, though. Brock did it. Maybe he can, too. P.S. I would still like a shot. Okay? And then he signs it. JDF. He even went as far as challenging Punk to step inside the Octagon and face him, although that would take UFC President Dana White signing JDF, Jason David Frank, to a contract first. Now, apparently Punk has agreed to this match. Punk has accepted the challenge. But again, it's all up to Dana White to actually sanction this match in UFC and make that his debut match whenever that may be. Let me know what you guys think about the Green Ranger challenging CM Punk. Let me know what you think about CM Punk challenging and accepting the Green Ranger's offer for a match in the Octagon. All right? So I find that to be quite funny. I don't know if the Green Ranger, Jason David Frank, can fight. I don't know. I've never seen him fight. I really haven't gone out of my way to YouTube it or find video of him fighting. I don't know. But all I know is I'm excited for CM Punk. I'm happy for CM Punk. I'm happy for Del Rio. I can't wait to see CM Punk in the Octagon. It's going to generate a lot of money. It's going to generate a lot of buzz. It's going to be good for the sport industry as a whole in general. Okay? And it's WWE's loss. Good. Good. I'm glad that they're getting what they deserve. They're looking on through the fucking window with sour fucking faces on that they didn't let CM Punk, kind of cool off, and they didn't reach out to him. They just let him get more angry and more angry and more angry. And they let one of the prized pieces in all of professional wrestling and fighting and entertainment get away. Good for them. Good for them. It's their fault. He's not there. And now they're fucking paying the consequences. They're paying the price. I can't feel sorry for them, man. Now it's time for us, as fans of CM Punk, to move on, to support him in this new endeavor, and cheer him on. Okay? I can't wait to see what unfolds. I'm happy. I'm going to be invested in Punk and UFC. Again, I'm going to follow it very closely now that he's there. I should be following it regardless, because a lot of people saying that I should, but I did the same thing with Brock Lesnar. When Lesnar was there, I followed it, and then when Lesnar was not there and he got injured, he was sick, he had to get surgery on his intestines, I kind of dropped it off, and I never watched it. And then when Lesnar came back to the WWE, I followed Lesnar to the WWE because I'm a big Lesnar guy. Just like I'm a big Punk guy, so it's going to be the same thing. Punk's in UFC, I'm a Punk guy. I'm going to watch the product simply because Punk is there. It's going to add star power, it's going to generate money, it's going to generate buzz, and it's good for the overall sport and the entertainment industry as a whole. All right? That's what I got for part 2, guys. Let me know what you think down below. Leave a like, favorite, share, comment, subscribe if you miss any of my previous videos. Everything is right down there, man. Right down there in the description. Go check that out. Please support. Thank you very much. What I got brewing for part 3, Corey Graves announces retirement on NXT Revolution. If you missed my review, link is down below. Shelton Benjamin, the gold standard, may be returning to the WWE. Why was Charlotte booked to lose on Monday Night Raw during the Slammies? I don't know, but we'll find out in part 3. And Randy Orton. What is the plan? What is the plans for Randy Orton's return to the WWE following this movie that he filmed? I got it all. What's going to happen at TLC? What does WWE got planned for the pay-per-view with John Cena, Seth Rollins? I don't know, but we'll find out on part 3, guys. That's all I got. I got news on the Royal Rumble, too, why WWE switched it back to a 30-man Rumble, and why WWE is not going to have ECW originals in the Royal Rumble match, man. That fucking blows. Fucking sucks. That's shitty news right there. But regardless of that, man, part 3 tomorrow. Join me then. Until then, guys, take care, and I will talk to you all very soon.